So we're talking about 42% of MBAs are women, 25 to 33% of women who enter investment banks and large asset managers are women, and then the numbers scale down. So is it because the reputation for these firms is tough? It seems that social media has exacerbated that. You can look on all types of platforms, job forums, and young women can read about how tough it is to move to the top.
Because there's bias, or because the hours, or because of...
It's a combination. It's a boys' club culture, which appears to persist. Even if the firms are trying to do something about that, that's a reputation that they have to overcome. We find that because women, when they get to a certain level, don't get promoted perhaps to the extent that men, there may be some bias that's inherent, but I think the companies are trying to change that. But there are no role models. There are so few role models.
That's exactly. Well, but here you are. I mean,
but I'm here with you. We're talking about it. It's good. It's good.
So talk about your own experience getting into this field. Was it pure interest, and so you kind of had to fight through, or was there a female role model for you?
Yeah, no, there really wasn't. I was interested in the investment business from a very early age. I worked in Merrill Lynch in high school. I worked for a company right after college, after business school. I knew I wanted to go into the business. I went to Fidelity for 22 years, ran a big fund for years, but there were no women ahead of me, per se. We just sort of had to make that way.
And you said when you started your own fund, you experienced the same kind of issue where it was very tough, that early fundraising, right? Because people just aren't as comfortable.
Well, it's interesting. We started, I had a male partner, and he and I, we begged our families, give us money. And then the first few years, it was his contacts, not mine. And I think that mine waited until we had the numbers. So women need to prove themselves in a way that I think men don't. It's just harder. And I'm just looking for an equal playing field because the numbers are as good. Performance numbers for women are as good as for men. They just don't get funded at the same rate. And institutions don't look to find these women. They're out there. The supply isn't as small.
But we need that female Warren Buffett that's on all the magazine covers, right? I mean, something like that, so that the young girls think about this as a field and not just, the obvious alternative.
So more awareness is great.
All right.
This is wonderful.
You're trying, Carrie.
I'm trying.
It's good to see you. Thank you so much, Karen Firestone.